The next type of algebra on functions is known as the composition. The notation for composition is what looks like fog. It's F circle G. A different way of thinking about this is F of G of X, to where the G of X is inside the parentheses, meaning that wherever we see an X, we're going to substitute G of X into that X. Taking a look at an example, f of x equals the square root of x minus 3. G of x equals x squared plus 4. And now let's find f circle g, or in other words, f of g of x. And this means that we're taking g of x and we are substituting it into x of our f of x. So instead of writing the square root of x, we're writing the square root of x squared plus 4 minus 3. If we're looking for g of f of x, we would be doing the exact opposite. This time we're taking our f of x, which is the square root of x minus 3, and substituting it into the x and the g of x. So we start off with x squared, but instead of writing x, we're going to write the square root of x minus 3 squared plus 4. And then you may be able to simplify this sum. If you square the square root of x minus 3, the square root of x squared is just x. And then remember, you're using FOIL, so you've got an outside term. The square root of x times 3 is negative 3 times the square root of x. Your inside term is also negative 3 times the square root of x. So when you add this, it becomes negative 6 times the square root of x. And then you square 3, which becomes 3 squared is 9. And then you get that plus 4. So combine that like term of 9 plus 4, which is 13. And that's your composition g of f of x. And then a slightly different type of problem is when they ask you to evaluate h of 3, where h equals g of f. This is the same procedure. You still want to find your g of f. Then after you find your g of f, you can substitute 3 into x to find out what h of 3 equals. So first of all, g of f. So we're taking our f of x, substituting it into x and the g of x. So that would be 1 over x squared minus 1. And now we want to find what h of 3 is, so we're going to take our 3, substitute it into x. It's 1/3 squared minus 1. 1/3 squared is 1/9 minus 1. If you subtract 1 from 1/9, you can get a common denominator. It's multiplying 1 by 9 over 9, which will give you negative 8 over 9, which would equal your h of 3.